Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. Today's pick a card reading is a very special reading, not just because, well, of course, yeah, I'm posting it as an addition to the normal 2 readings a week, but because of what it is celebrating, and that, my friends, is the 1st-year anniversary, basically the channel birthday of Lone Pine Tarot. So I just wanted to extend my deepest gratitude to all of you who have joined me in my journey thus far. Every day I am basically gobsmacked of how successful it's been. Yes, the channel is still somewhat tiny compared to some other tarot channels out there, but the fact that it's gotten this far is all thanks to you. So here's an extra reading for all of you as my special thanks for everything you have done for me, the feedback you've given me, and just the joy of interacting with each and one of you day to day every time I post a video. So thank you so much. So to reflect the very first video I posted a year ago to this date, we are doing the same exact topic. That is an important message for you. And we're picking not just with angel cards, which I was drawn to angels today for a specific reason. We're also picking with birthday candles because I thought it fits the theme right. So without further ado, let us pick the pile leaders to choose from. So spirit teams, and specifically angels today. Could you help guide us to the right cards for them to pick their piles with for an important message? Thank you. Okay, there's pile 1 I'm feeling. Right there. Pile 2 feels like that one. And we'll set the candles aside for a second, and then pile 3. Right there. And let's unveil your cards or your angels today. So for pile 1s, we have forgiveness and understanding. And for this one, I'm drawn to pick the pink candle. So forgiveness and understanding and the pink candle for pile 1. There we go. For pile 2, we have holy love. Beautiful. And I'm feeling the white candle for that one. So holy love and the white candle for pile 2. And then for pile 3, last but not least, we have gorgeous trust the universe. And your birthday candle to choose with today is the blue birthday candle. So just a refresher, pile 1 is forgiveness and understanding with the pink candle. Pile 2 is holy love with the white or silver candle. And pile 3 is trust the universe with the blue candle. Of course, you can always pause on this part of the reading if you need more time to decide which pile you would like read for you today, but whenever you are ready, when you've chosen the card and candle color, you can drop down to the description box below. Click on the timestamp for your reading either there or also in the top pinned comment. I leave the timestamps there as well. And I will see you in our chat for our birthday celebration of Lone Pine Tarot. An important message you need to hear. See you there. Hello there, my lovely pile number 1. Welcome today to your pick a card reading on an important message you need to hear right now. As I recall, the pile leader you chose was the angel of forgiveness and understanding with the pink birthday candle. Very beautiful combination. We'll set the candle up here and your pile leader over to the left to begin, as is our tradition. So first, let us draw your oracle cards to get more of a glimpse of the message from your spirit team. But what's important for you to know right now? So spirit team of pile 1s, could you please offer us cards that bring us guidance for them and what's important for them to know right now? Okay, so card 1. And for some reason, pile 1, as I'm drawing your cards... Oh, okay, there we go. That was quick. The intuitive message coming to mind is something about glory. Glory is the keyword that's popping out for me for you right now. Glory, interesting. I'd be interested to see if you get the 6 of Wands at all today, but... that one for you. And let's unveil your oracle cards today. So actually the first one is technically from a tarot deck. This is the Pastoral Tarot, and you received the Six of Cups. Beautiful. Can be in childhood nostalgia, things that we're remembering from long ago. Okay, so a bit of a past-oriented message today I'm feeling with the Six of Cups being the main tarot card. But let's see what else popped up before we get too far into the weeds. First we have, truth, number 10. Unveiling the truth. Yeah, so this reading is going to be oriented towards revealing the truth around something that happened in the past for you, pile 1. That's what your spirit team really wants to focus on with you today. They feel it is important for you to know what really happened about something or how someone really felt. Okay. And then your last card today is there's so much more to you than you think. So much more to you than you think, with the number 44 if you're interested in the numerology of today. There's so much more to you than you think. Beautiful. Yeah, like I was saying, pile 1, definitely. There's something that happened in the past that your spirit team wants to touch upon. Some truth revolving around... If I had to really place a bet on it, I think when you chose your pile leader as forgiveness and understanding, it wasn't so much forgiveness and understanding that you might be seeking towards others. What your spirit team is, from others perhaps, what your spirit team is saying is they want you to more seek forgiveness and understanding of self. Because, especially in conjunction with your Healing Spirits Oracle here, there's so much more to you than you think. There's a disconnect in your understanding of self with this past event that went on, okay? And that's that truth that they want to reveal to you. They want to tell you more about yourself that you're not realizing through what happened in the past, okay? And let's see if there's any symbolism matching here. I'm gonna look here really quick. And I think you're just on the cusp of it, pile 1. I think, one other reason maybe why they came forward today to talk to you about this is because you have maybe been reflecting on this particular event a lot lately. I get the feeling it could have been something that you've been mulling over, maybe like laying in bed at night a lot, something that's been kind of almost haunting you, or like you ever have those periods of time in life where there's a certain event that occurred in the far or like near past that for some reason you just can't get it out of your head. Well, what your spirit team is saying here, pile 1, is that you can't get it out of your head because there's something here that they want you to notice, and they've been waiting for you to notice it about yourself and what happened in this situation. And it's like they keep, the imagery they're showing me is like they keep ringing a little bell in your ear. Like, come on, pay attention, pay attention. And it's, at the same time, though, it's like life has been so hectic lately for you, though. It's been hard for you to pay attention or look closely because another intuitive thing coming through is it's like a wind chime ringing in the distance. And it's like you notice it kind of like this memory or this event popping up in your mind, but it's just so much in the background, or just enough in the background, I should say, that it's like, well, I can kind of gloss over that and ignore it, but it's not going to go away until you address it, pile 1. It's not going to go away. And I also seem to see that it's like one very specific part of this memory or event that happened that you're really just, whenever it pops up, it's like you hyper-focus on that one little thing. It's either one little tiny thing someone else did, or something someone else said that, maybe you're interpreting it as a way to define yourself through what they said to you. Like, for example, and this might not exactly apply to you, but say that you're typically a very confident person. And you're very confident in, let's say, the way that you do your job. However, say you had a manager in the past that said one little tiny thing about you're not very good at organizing events sometimes. You should learn to organize things better. And it's like forever afterwards, whatever that specific thing that was done or said to you was, like I said, that example doesn't exactly apply to everyone. I mean, that just was an example. Whatever it was, though, pile one, it's like forever afterwards, you took that little tiny thing, the little off the, record comment, and it changed the way you viewed yourself in a negative way. And your spirit team is coming through and saying, hey, we want to correct the record. We want you to forgive yourself and have more understanding of yourself in this situation, that whatever that person said or did does not define who you actually are. Okay? And let's see here. Because it's almost like the way I view the two figures in the Six of Cups from the Pastoral Tarot up here. It's like someone who looks up to someone else, like the little sister looking up to her brother or maybe their friends, etc. And the older authority figure is handing, like the strawberry to the little girl here, or like they're passing it between their hands, right? And especially when we're a lot younger, so this might have happened very far in the past for you, pile one, but when we're younger, we tend to take things that authority figures say as gospel. I guess even as adults, we do that sometimes. We take what authority figures say as gospel, okay? And we think to ourselves, well, it was someone who is experienced in this area, or was my boss, or was the figure of power in the situation, so they must know better than me, right? But yeah, now we're back to your spirit team saying, but that's not the truth, pile one. Maybe it was their truth, okay? Maybe whoever said that thing to you or did that thing to you really thought that. But everybody's subjective experience does not equal objective truth. And that's why your spirit team is coming forward for you today, is to say, hey, wait a minute, that wasn't right, okay? That wasn't the objective truth, and you don't have to wear that mantle of lie or subjectivity anymore on your shoulders so heavily. And I think that's too why you were drawn to the pink candle, because the color pink is often symbolic of self-love, okay? Being gentle with self, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, things like that. And I mean, that's even reflected, not only, of course, the truth card here has pink basically all over the entire depiction of it, but even with all the depictions of other warm colors here that are related to pink, like lots of vibrant red, and there's so much more to you than you think card here, and even the strawberries here are red in the Six of Cups card, and red is the color of passion and, like I said, of confidence, okay, of being confident in oneself, of energy and vitality. Beautiful. So I'm going to draw your tarot cards right now and maybe glean some more information on what really is the truth about this situation. So spirit team for pile one, could you please tell me more? What's the truth? What's the actual objective truth of what happened or what went on? Thank you. 5 cards, please, around me. There's one. Well, that one kept wanting to stick quite well, so I'm going to take it. So there's 1, 2. Okay, and 5. Let's unveil your tarot cards today, pile one. So card 1 is the Page of Wands. Remember when I was telling you there's something about, I feel like you were a younger or a learning figure looking up to somebody in this situation, pile one. And the Page of Wands specifically is someone who is new to a certain passion, someone who is new to, because pages are like the apprentices or the students of their suits, of their courts. And this man is almost learning how to chop wood. He's like, well, how am I going to go about and chop this wood and form it into this wand that I can actually use? And looks like he's actually almost already there. And that's the irony in this, is because, remember I was saying before, it's like, what that person said or did to you was not the objective truth, pile one. And so you might have felt like you came off as more inexperienced than you actually were. But the thing that person did or said made it feel like, oh, okay, yep, the devil reversed. Okay, freeing yourself from the binds of the chains of something that's holding you back. Yeah, it's like you got so locked in this feeling of, God, I feel so inexperienced or bad at this thing, or that I have this bad, poor quality because of this one dumb thing that this person said or did to me. Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity, beautiful. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Queen of Swords. Logic. Turned inward. Okay. And then last but not least, we have the Seven of Pentacles, building seeds for the future. Okay, so what is the truth, we asked from your spirit team here? So what your spirit team is saying is the truth you think is what we already talked about with that Page of Wands that popped out first over here on the left. You think that you embodied the quality of what that person criticized you for. You think you were the inexperienced one in this new passion. But what your spirit team is saying as the truth here with these tarot cards is that is a limiting belief here that's not true. Like the devil reversed is like them saying, free yourself from this thing that's been holding you back. Because you might have found in your life that this self-belief has almost kind of led you to self-defeating in some areas. Like, for example, if you were told as a child that, you know, like someone said some off comment to you like, oh man, you're really awful at singing. Like forever for the rest of your life, pile one, you might think, oh God, I'm awful at singing. And so therefore you never really even try, or you never really work to develop that particular skill. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of, well, yeah, I never am good at singing because I never felt confident enough to try and learn how to do that thing. That's what your spirit team is saying here. Because it's like this particular skill is something that could really help you. It's something that could really propel you forward on some sort of path that they want you to go down, or at least they're highly encouraging you, pile one. But you're so stuck in that belief of, man, I am just a novice in this area that there's no way, I shouldn't really pursue that. But what they're saying here with the Ace of Pentacles is this is an opportunity for you, pile one. Because the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity in the material world, like it's being given a seed. You have a seed that could really turn into something great if you were confident enough to plant it and nurture it, be it that skill that maybe someone criticized you for. Like I said, you know, maybe they did something to you and it knocked your confidence in terms of, like, maybe it was a poor relationship and that relationship made you feel as if you could never be loved, just as an example. But your spirit team is saying, no, that's not true. Like, don't believe that anymore, because there's opportunity here that you're not taking because of that self-defeatism from the limiting belief that was planted in your head by somebody else. And then the way forward, yeah, Queen of Swords is all about turning your logic and your intelligence inward. Really analyzing this whole entire situation more logically, pile one. Was what that person said or did actually logical? Say it was, you know, you suck at singing, right? Was it actually logical, or did it make sense for them to say that to you? Like, say if it was when you were a 5-year-old. Well, of course a 5-year-old's never going to be that good at singing unless you're like, you know, a 1 in a billion prodigy, of course, right? But most people aren't. And a lot of incredible singers are not prodigies when they're young. They have to learn and they have to work at it, okay? So what that person said to you, like, it just didn't make any sense. And so now it's your job to take the logic that they obviously did not use at the time that they said or did that thing to you and turn it inward with that Queen of Swords, okay? And realize, okay, maybe I didn't have to believe that thing about myself for so dang long. Maybe I actually can be good at this thing. And at the very end, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which I think, to me, just speaks of an extension of that Ace of Pentacles having been the core card, the core truth of the reading. The Seven of Pentacles is all about planting seeds for the future. Getting ready, planting a garden, okay, that will eventually grow into something much more prosperous that you can do a lot of things with. Whatever it was they said you could not do or were bad at, actually, and this probably is the main reason why your spirit team is saying this to you, other than, of course, they want you to feel better about yourself, is there is a lot of prosperity if you followed that. If you believed in yourself in that area of your life again. And they don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. But all it takes is for you, with the Queen of Swords energy, to turn your way of thinking about yourself around with this new truth of, hey, what that person said wasn't the objective truth. Okay, and letting that redefine you internally a bit more. That wasn't me. That wasn't the truth about me. Maybe that person was just having, a bad day. Maybe they just had more of a personal vendetta against me for other reasons, okay? Maybe they were just a jerk to everybody, okay? There's a lot of reasons why people say negative things. That doesn't necessarily mean that what they say is gospel or truth, okay? And I know earlier we talked about, maybe they were kind of an authority figure, pile 1. But just because, it's kind of like when we are kids, we always think that everybody who is an adult has everything figured out and they always know how to fix every problem. And then you get to the age of adulthood and you realize, oh, nobody has it figured out, and nobody knows how to make sure everything goes smoothly. Yeah, you learn more over time, and people get more wise because they have more experience. That's, a no-brainer, of course, but at the same time, pile 1, we do know that a lot of adults, all of us, at many different times in our lives, we're just making it up as we go along, surviving, okay? We don't always have the answers, okay? And so taking what that person did or said to you and applying that truth to what they said, that'll even help further spur you on into realizing maybe their subjective opinion was not objective reality about myself. And that's the realization that your spirit team wants you to come to the point of self-love with, the imagery of pink with the candle and the truth card, and forgiveness and understanding like the angel that you picked your pile with today. Okay. So, if you're still kind of wondering, what situation this specifically was, the indicator of what they're talking about is a memory of yours that seems to kind of plague you a lot. One that pops up a lot, maybe, sometimes you have those intrusive memories, like when you're just falling asleep. For you specifically, I'm intuitively getting it's kind of like as you're falling asleep, or when you get to a lull in the moment of your day, and it's like one of those things just keeps coming back and plaguing you, keeps haunting you. That's the indicator as to what they're talking about. Okay. So that is what I will leave you with today, my wonderful pile number 1. Thank you so much for tuning in to this channel birthday reading today. Thank you. If it was your very first reading with me, welcome to the channel. Perfect day for it. Like I said, it's the birthday. Come and celebrate. But also big thanks to you, with the deepest of gratitude from me to you, if you've been with the channel for maybe a bit longer, or perhaps all the way since my first video. So, yep, if you liked the reading, if it resonated with you, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on the channel, we'll close the reading with, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, pile 1, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello there, my lovely pile number 2. Welcome today to the channel birthday reading of the first anniversary of Lone Pine Tarot. An important message you need to hear right now. As you recall, your pile leader was Holy Love, and your candle today was the white silver candle. Very beautiful combination. We'll set the candle up here at the top and your pile leader to the left, as is tradition. And we'll draw your oracle cards for your reading right away, contacting your spirit team. So, spirit team for pile 2. Could you please come through and guide us to the right cards to explain the important message you want them to know today? Thank you. Okay, well, there's definitely one standing out, so we'll take that one. That's not a very good shuffle. I'll try that again. One more. All right, we ready for a good one? Here we go. Okay. I always get it on the second time, if not the first, but here we go. We appreciate a good shuffle. There's card number 2. And then we're actually working with 2 tarot decks today, using one as an oracle deck. Very lovely Pastoral Tarot. Yeah, definitely a lot of, I mean, I know we're technically using an angel deck today, pile 2, but I definitely feel a lot of guardian angel around you, or excuse me, guardian angel energy around you today. That's the type of vibe coming through. A lot of white light type energy, very pure. So I believe specifically it's a guardian angel reaching out to you for this reading. So let's see what they have to say. From the Pastoral Tarot, we have gorgeous, the 2 of Wands with fields of lavender. I would love to be standing there right now. It probably smells very nice. We have 2 of Wands is all about planning for the future. Very beautiful card. So perhaps your guardian angel is reaching out around some questions you've had around future plans. Okay, next card we have from Healing Spirits. Oh, beautiful. Don't fear change, embrace it, and grow, with the number 34 if you're interested in the numerology, which adds up to 7. 7 is the holding number, right? Once again, makes me just think definitely like angelic energy coming through. Beautiful. Don't fear change, embrace it, and grow. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline for you, pile 2. And maybe you've been a little paralyzed, not sure what choice to make, or you're asking for some guidance from the universe. Well, where the heck do I go from here with this idea? Let's see what else pops out from the Spirit Guide Oracle. We have number 41, Life Force, from Joy Guides. A lot of fiery energy. Beautiful. A lot of reds and purples in this reading. Actually slip that one up there. So, like I was saying, pile 2, just to reiterate, I think specifically, like I said, there's a guardian angel reaching out to you in your spirit team who wants to reassure you regarding plans that you're making for the future because of the 2 of Wands being the central theme card here. It seems like recently there has been an indication towards a path that you're either considering taking or it has opened up to you and you're just not sure, do I go down that avenue? Because of the presence of don't fear change, embrace it, and grow. I think there might be a kernel of anxiety or fear or uncertainty that is seeding some doubt within you. Hence why this guardian angel is reaching out to give you advice, because they want to balm that doubt or that worry to make sure that you walk forward in the future with your head held high, going down this path indicated by the 2 of Wands, okay? You know, and not just to give you that advice, which we will get to with the specific tarot cards I'll draw in a little bit here, but they want to remind you that they're around you, protecting you, because not only do you have holy love as the angel you chose for your pile today, but you also chose the white silver candle. And white energy and spirituality is a lot about protective, angelic, heavenly, God, creator aligned energy. And so they're reminding you that you're very, very closely protected right now, no matter how scary or worrying things might be. They're always around you, okay? And so they're saying, let go of that fear. Of course, that's easier said than done, okay? They know that, you know, living your 3D life right here on Earth isn't always as easy as just accepting the help from above, because, you know, you're the one that actually has to walk through and do that path and make those choices, those very, very scary choices at times in life. But it does always help to have a little bit of a nudge from above to say, hey, you're not alone. Because as scary as walking a path into the fog can be, into the unknown, it's never quite as scary when you have someone alongside you, is what they're reminding you of, okay? And specifically, too, if you have been recently seeing a lot of, like, white feather type symbolism, a lot of times white feathers symbolize angel energy around, okay? Things like that. A lot, too, with the color purple or red is very, very prominent in this reading. I mean, you not only have, you know, kind of pink and red with life force. You have purple and red with your Two of Wands. Purple and warm colors, red with this card, and purple and kind of that pink color in the roses of holy love, okay? So there could be some repeated synchronicity with those two colors in your life. That is an indicator of this particular guardian angel being nearby, okay? So it could be objects that are red or purple that you've been seeing a lot, or like I said, the white feather popping up is an indicator, hey, I'm nearby even though you can't 3D physically see me, right? Very, very beautiful reading here, pile 2 so far. It's one of those readings I like to call, like, a hug reading, okay? Very, very soft. It's like, it's gonna be okay type reading. Those are always some of the best to provide for people. So let me draw your tarot cards here, pile 2. We're going to draw from the Wild Reflections Tarot today. So, Spirit Team, specifically this particular guardian angel for pile 2, could you provide us with 5 cards that explain more about, you know, perhaps the path ahead, the advice you have for them regarding this path, maybe they're fearing a better planning for? Thank you. Okay, definitely that one. And I'll draw this one as 5. Let's see what they have to say. Advice, the path ahead. What's going on here? So card number 1, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. That might be indicative of a little bit of that fear or worry we were talking about. Card 2, yep, Strength reversed. You're doubting a lot, pile 2. And they're like, why are you doubting yourself so much? What's going on? Yep, doubt, fear. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, that's often about balancing things, juggling things. You know, I wonder if part of your fear or your doubt in this situation is the fear of, oh God, can I juggle all of this? Can I really handle this? Yeah. It's like having to juggle a lot of balls in the air at once. And you're like, I'm not sure I'm strong enough to do it. I don't know if I can do it. How am I going to do this? 6 of Wands reversed. Okay. Feeling or fearing a lack of victory in some area. Yeah, this is kind of a resounding, what I call a hammer message, pile 2. My longtime viewers will know that means basically it's a similar message, kind of hammered again and again like a hammer on a nail throughout the reading. And then we have Queen of Swords. Beautiful. Okay, thinking about it logically. Well, you know, the cusp of the issue here, pile 2, is that your spirit team, specifically this guardian angel coming forward, is saying you're leaning a little bit too much into the negative side of the heart and of emotions in this situation, okay? They're not blaming you for it because it's very natural to be scared of the future and to be scared of change and taking risks and, you know, going forward with things, but it's making you doubt yourself too much. It's like going on a journey with a bowling ball or an anchor in your suitcase when they're saying you don't really have to take that and pack that along with you, you know. You can just go with a lighter suitcase and leave the anchor behind, right? And that anchor, like I was saying, is a metaphor for the heaviness of the lack of belief in self in this area with Strength reversed. Lack of feeling like I'm strong enough, okay? Or I should say maybe too much feeling of I'm not strong enough. And then Queen of Cups reversed, like I said, is, you know, negative emotions miring within the heart, muddying things and making it feel like, oh God, I'm so overwhelmed with bad emotions about the situation. I would almost even say it's to the point of pessimism, pile 2, is another word coming through intuitively for you. I feel like you're almost too pessimistic about the situation. And your guardian angel really wants to balm those worries, like I was saying, like, you know, you can look at it a little bit more positive. Now they're acknowledging, okay, that it is a lot to juggle. The 2 of Pentacles is someone juggling things, like she's juggling the sunflowers. And not just juggling sunflowers, she's doing it while she's balancing, okay, keeping an even keel on a bike. All right. And she even looks like she's kind of doing it on a sand path. And if you've ever ridden a bike on sand, well, that's not very easy to do. You know, you need a flat surface to make it easy. So they're acknowledging that it's not a simple task pile too. But what that tells me here, as it being the core card of the reading, is that you're a lot more able to juggle this than you think you are, okay? You can handle it. You have everything you need to do it. You're gonna do just fine. Okay, is it always gonna be complete easy street? No, they're acknowledging that with the, juggling while biking on the sand. Not technically the easiest path to take. And of course that might inspire that fear we were talking about earlier, the fear of change. And two, I think what's really holding you back here is the Six of Wands reversed, meaning a fear of failure. It's like, the pessimism thing is popping up again. It's like, you're like, there's no freaking way that this could ever happen, where, like, this is going to turn out well, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this well. It's like, I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in the universe, making things easy for me. I don't believe in that a really easy victory is winnable here, okay? But the Queen of Swords as the end card is telling me, for you pile 2, that a lot of this scary, quote-unquote, reality of everything you're facing ahead of you can be fixed through the power of the mind, because that is what the Queen of Swords is all about. Turning logic inward, internally. Turning smarts and intelligence inward, okay? One piece of advice your spirit team, this guardian angel, is saying is look at things a little bit more from the perspective of the cold logic of the mind rather than the overwhelming chaos of the heart right now. For some reason, your heart is your emotions. I would call it, I kind of think of things in terms of elements. Your water energy is kind of a little bit wacky right now because it's like, the imagery they're showing me is like a tsunami or like a hurricane or like a storm at sea, and it's just like frothing around and it's just chaos, and you're like, I can't get it under control. It could even be to the point that you're getting like anxiety that you can't control about this, a little bit of a panic maybe. And they're saying just temper it with the mind, because the thing that can make a storm peter out is opposing wind with, drawing in the element of air from the Queen of Swords, because the swords are the air or the wind suit of tarot in terms of elements, okay? Bring more air energy into that. So that the chaotic storm of emotions and of fears aren't just prevailing and whipping you around and making things seem so much more scary than they actually are, okay? And I think, too, there's a part of this, they're saying that they really want you to push forward through the fear because it's something that's very important to you. Maybe not necessarily the task or the path itself, though it could be. Maybe it's something you're very, very passionate about, pile 2. But there's some aspect of it, even if it's not the action or the task itself, that is important to you. It's a quality of yours that you like to really emphasize in yourself. Perhaps it's the quality of, I am a responsible person, just for an example. Or it could be the quality of, I am good at this particular thing. Or I am someone that someone else can rely on. And if you follow that passion of that trait in yourself, or that thing that really makes your soul sing, be it the action itself or the meaning behind it, that will also help you push through the fear. Because that's another thing, is that fire can also temper water too. Literally, you didn't get the Temperance card today, but in a lot of depictions of the Temperance card in tarot, it's about two elements that are opposite meeting, like fire meeting water, okay? Tempering the drowning in the water of the emotions and the fears surrounding the situation with a little bit more of the drying heat, okay? And that will help bring about more stable land to stand on in terms of the way you view this situation. Okay. Even, it's funny because I was just talking about that, like stable land, because in that Two of Pentacles here, she's, like I said, biking on sand right next to a beach. Okay, so it's like you're kind of teetering the line here between land and sea. And your spirit team, your guardian angel, is saying, lean more out of the waters of the emotions and onto the drier land of what's the rational way to look at this? What's the logical way to look at this with that Queen of Swords? That's who you need to embody the energy of here, is that Queen of Swords, right? Okay. Let's see if there's anything else here. I think part of the fear too, pile two, is that part of what you're not looking forward to is some of this situation or this journey might be painful in some way. And I don't mean that in terms of like physical harm, of course, but there's something about it that you know it's not going to be easy sailing. I know we were talking about that earlier before with that Two of Pentacles, like biking on the beach. It's not easy while you're juggling. And I think that's feeling it too, because it's like, I really want to do this thing, or there's something about it that will help me embody a quality or a trait of my own that's important to me. But at the same time, going through with this, there's some sort of sacrifice or fear of pain, okay? And what your guardian angel here is saying is not only are you, divinely protected, like we talked about earlier, they're around you with this situation, okay? They're going to help you out when they can, as much as they can, right? But I think some of the pains of it, you might be overblowing a little bit with the pessimism. And if you were to look at them with more of that cold rationality of the Queen of Swords, right? With some more of that logic, those things would dissipate away. Okay. And you might realize, actually, this might be a lot easier than I thought it would be. And two, another way you can embody the energy of the Queen of Swords here is tackle it rationally too. In terms of, what would a Queen of Swords do if she was introduced to a problem that she had to solve? Well, she'd probably make a list. She'd go through every step logically. She would tackle it one step at a time. She would try to unmarry her emotions from it a little bit more. Now, of course, we're all emotional beings. You can't just turn them off, right? But the most she could, she would walk through it with more of that air energy of, okay, this step, one at a time. This is the logical pattern we need to follow. Make a list, make a schedule, that type of thing. Very organized, okay? So if you're looking for advice in this area in terms of how to move forward, yep, embody that Queen of Swords energy here. And yeah, just overall, like your Healing Spirits Oracle said, don't fear change, embrace it. They're saying there's nothing to be feared here, pile two. Nothing to be feared whatsoever. Not just because they're with you, but also because there is a lot of benefit at the end of this path for you, okay? It's just that sometimes in life, to get to the good part, we have to go through maybe a little bit more of the difficult part. And even then, like we were saying, it's going to be a lot less difficult than you're thinking, okay? Just take it one step, one day at a time. It's going to be okay. Even thinking about looking at the Two of Wands here with the lavender fields like we were talking about earlier. Lavender fields, farming in general, are very like planned. Things done in rows. Things done on a schedule, okay? Tackle this issue like a farmer would. Okay, I gotta plant this thing at this time. I have to water this thing at this time. I have to weed it at this time, and I have to harvest it at that time, okay? Logical steps, in patterns, in steps, in schedules, okay? I believe that is it for your reading. So thank you so much, Pile 2, for tuning in with this channel birthday reading with me today. Whether or not you are, maybe this is your first reading, you're new to the channel, in which case, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Or if you are a longtime viewer of the channel, once again, my deepest gratitude for joining me on my journey in this very early part of the adventure, my first year on YouTube. And as is our tradition on the channel, I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Please like, comment, or subscribe if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, Pile 2. Bye. Hello there, my lovely pile number 3. Welcome today to your channel birthday celebration reading for Lone Pine Tarot on the topic of an important message you need to hear right now. Thank you so much for joining me. And of course, as you recall, the pile leader you chose was Trust the Universe, and the candle you chose was the blue one. So we'll set your candle up here at the top, and we'll set your pile leader to the left over here. Right off the bat, we're going to draw your oracle cards on screen, connecting with your spirit team. So spirit team of pile 3, could you please guide us to the right cards that will explain more about what important message you have for them today that you need them to hear right now. Thank you. Okay, definitely that one was just about to fly out, so we'll take it. There we go. And our third oracle deck today is actually a tarot deck. I do like to use this particular, the Pastoral Tarot, as an oracle deck for my readings. And some of the core feeling I'm getting from pile 3 today intuitively is a bit of worry about something. I feel like you're worried about something right now. Maybe it's the exact reason why you came to this particular reading today. It seems your spirit team wants to help break that worry. So the first card you received from the Pastoral Tarot was the Four of Pentacles, which is about reserving our materials, reserving our resources, like bundling up hay. Beautiful. Reserving our resources. Interesting. Let's see what else pops out from the healing spirits you received. It is time to move forward with the number 5 if you're interested in the numerology. Time to move forward. I wonder if you're deciding whether or not to spend money, pile 3, or spend time on something. Some sort of resource you have that is finite. And you're like, I'm not sure whether or not I should keep it or if I should let it go. Because that is the energy of the Four of Pentacles, is reserving. Or should I spend it? Or should I keep it? Things like that. Kind of being stuck between those two opposites. And then your guides oracle is number 39, Perseverance from Joy Guides. We have someone who is mountain climbing. Going up the mountain. Very beautiful card. So, pile 3, specifically what it is you're asking about, I think, or at least what they want to address with you today is, it's like this situation where you have been working at something for a very long time. And especially because of perseverance here from the angel, or I'm sorry, the spirit guide oracle here, they are indicating that you've been working at it. Well, yeah, like I said, for a very long time, and on top of that, it has not been an easy road, because when we think of mountain climbing, okay, not only is it difficult, treacherous terrain, especially with that kind of slope, because, I mean, as you can see in the card here, the slope is literally, kind of, it's not an easy hill, it's very, very tall. And on top of that, mountain climbing is precarious. Yes, we can have gear that will hold us, things like that. But this particular depiction is someone climbing up with nothing but a small rope. Okay. And to me, that represents the small hope of the dream or success working out at the end of this difficult road that you've been climbing up. Okay. And I think you're at the point of wondering, should I give up? Should I just let it go? Should I just, count my blessings now and cash out and leave? That's the energy that's coming forward. And that's what your spirit team wants to address with you today, is the answer to that question, because I think this worry has been plaguing you for a bit. You're like, God, should I just give up? Should I keep going? Like, I don't know. And then too, there's things like the sunk cost fallacy, we call it, which is the psychological phenomenon of, I've put in a lot of effort and or money into this thing. If I give up now, I'll have just wasted it. Even though sometimes leaning into the sunk cost fallacy will have led us to have wasted more time and money had we, versus had we actually, like, let go earlier, okay? And right now I'm not seeing any indication towards keeping on or letting go, pile 3. We'll probably see that when I draw out your tarot cards. But overall, though, the 2 pieces of advice are trust the universe and it is time to move forward. So if you're looking for right now at least a vague indication on what direction to take, whatever moving forward means to you, okay? That could literally mean keeping going with it, moving forward, investing more in it, if maybe that has been your question. Or moving forward, if what that means to you is giving up and leaving and going in some other direction, that would be their advice to you, okay? However that specifically applies to you. But there is also an element of trusting the universe here. Trusting that you're on the right path, whatever path you choose, okay? Because, yes, we do have free will. But in the same breath, we also know that whatever path we choose is the path we were always meant to take, pile 3, okay? You were always meant to walk this. You were always meant to have this dilemma and this decision to make. It might even be, and we'll see with your tarot reading, but a life lesson that you were meant to struggle over, to teach your soul something in terms of knowing when to keep going and knowing when to give up, all right? And right now, I feel like, at least most of you, might be leaning towards reserving your energy, reserving your resources because of the 4 of Pentacles being upright. Like someone who saves the long grass of summer in bales of hay to feed their livestock over the winter, okay, when they can't let them out in the pasture to eat because it's, well, probably under tons of snow, okay, or depending where you live in the world, but where I am, lots of snow in the winter. Can't really send the livestock out there to eat, so you reserve hay for them. Same thing with you, pile 3. It's like, man, God, should I just harvest now and keep what I have? Because what if I keep going and I lose? Okay. Or what if I stop and I lose because I didn't keep going? Questions like that. Let's see. Looking at your other cards here too, just making sure I'm not missing anything before we do draw your tarot cards, which I think will provide more specific advice on what path maybe to take. And 2, it just feels like you're very tired, pile 3. I mean, the depiction of the figure on Perseverance, her eyes are closed. So it just makes me think of someone that's very tired with what's going on. You're like, God, this mountain has been quite the steep hill to climb. And I already have a bit of an inkling on the advice here of whether you should stay or go. Or keep going, maybe is a better way to put that. But I will draw your tarot cards before I say. Because I think it's more important for me to provide what the tarot cards say. So that you can kind of self-reflect here, because it seems like this is going to be a big choice, pile 3. So, Spirit Team of pile 3, could you provide us 5 tarot cards that explain more about kind of the trajectory of this? What advice do you have for them? Thank you. What advice do you have for pile 3? Well, definitely that one. And 5 right there. Let us see, pile 3. What's the advice from your spirit team? So card number 1, we have the Ace of Swords. A new idea. I often call the Ace of Swords the light bulb moment. It's the introduction of newness of thought. Card number 2, we have the Two of Wands reversed. Yep, okay. Fearing like we can't make plans for the future, not knowing what plan to make for the future. You're like, oh man, I don't know what to do. That's kind of the emotion surrounding that card reversed. Card 3, the core card, the Fool reversed. Yep. Am I taking too many risks here? Because the Fool, and we'll look at her upright for a second. The Fool is someone who is unburdened by the fears that usually plague people when we start or do something, okay? She's having fun. She's frolicking in the field. She's having a great time. She's ready to move on into a new adventure. However, when the Fool is reversed, it's often a warning of risk, because guess what she's doing right here? She's right about to jump off the cliff. Right about to walk. And she's not looking where she's going. So that's what the Fool means reversed. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, stop what you're doing, pile 3, okay? We'll see what else pops out before we give the full advice here, but I think oftentimes because, this is the core card of the tarot cards, that can be the emotion of you realizing, what if this is a risk? What if should I keep going? Should I stop? Okay, 9 of Pentacles is not receiving the fruits of our labor. We put in a lot of work, and we planted all these grapes, but where the heck are the grapes? Why are they empty vines? And Queen of Cups reversed is the final card. Feeling dismay. Feeling like we can't follow our heart. Okay. So in terms of advice in this situation, pile 3, I'm not going to tell you either way of staying or keeping going. Well, I should probably word that differently. It's kind of confusing. I'm not going to tell you what path to take in terms of should you keep going or should you give up and do something else. But I will tell you, like I said, what these cards mean in tandem together so that you can come to the right conclusion yourself with your free will. So, what these tarot cards are telling me about this situation from advice from your spirit team is it seems like, they're really acknowledging here, pile 3, that there is a lot of fear of risk right now with that Fool reversed. Especially when it comes to the areas of, and I mean fear of risk on your end, not from your spirit team's end, okay? I don't want you to get scared, but fear of risk on your end, especially with the 2 of Wands reversed next to it, next to the Knight of Pentacles reversed as well, is, oh God, is this too risky? What do I do for the future? Why am I not seeing the fruits of the labor that I have put in? Okay. That's the core emotion of what's going on here. And so, if you've been feeling that way recently, your spirit team, and maybe you've been kind of feeling like, oh, maybe I'm worrying too much, or, maybe, I'll just kind of dismiss this feeling. This popping up in your reading is your spirit team saying, no. We acknowledge this too. We understand that you're feeling quite hesitant right now, okay? Especially because of that 9 of Pentacles reversed is, I planted these vines, where the heck are the grapes that I've been tending to this entire time, okay? And some of the advice here is to look at what part of this situation feels like you're not following your heart enough with that Queen of Cups reversed. And also, with that Ace of Swords is the very first card. That is a nudge towards new thought or new ideas in this area, okay? Really think deep down, pile 3. On the path you're on right now, are you still following your heart? Are you still following what makes your heart sing? Okay. Are you still moving forward in a way that is, what's the word? Satisfying is a good word. Are you still moving forward in a way that is satisfying to you? And that is part of the answer as to what choice to make. Advice number 2, like I said, new ideas in this area with the Ace of Swords, okay? Have you had any new ideas? Be them ideas towards, here's something new I can try on this path to see if it's still a good path to try. Or maybe recently you had a new idea of, I've been walking this path for a while, but there's something else that really is the direction my heart is singing in. Maybe I want to follow that path instead. So wherever you've had new ideas recently, and wherever your heart is leading you, especially in tandem to how you feel regarding your plans for the future, what you're actually reaping from everything that you've sowed or not reaping with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And especially, yes, keeping going or leaving this behind, whatever you choose, there are risks to every choice we make, of course. There's always a pro and con to every path in life. But your spirit team is saying, as long as you're following your heart, aiming your arrow true, with your heart, what makes your heart satisfied as the bullseye that you're targeting, right? And as long as you still have new ideas, or are following new ideas, that's the right path to take, is where your heart and the new ideas are, okay? And then, once you take that path, pile 3, whatever you choose to do, know that you have the strength to persevere through the change or through staying on. Know that, you are responsible enough to weather through it. Once again, whether it be a change or staying on the same path. And to trust the universe that whatever you choose is the right path for you, okay? There is no wrong choice to make in this situation, is what they're saying. You're fearing so much making a choice that the choice is being made for you, but your spirit team is saying you still have the chance to grasp that choice now and make your own path. And to move forward following your heart wherever that leads you with this situation. What makes your heart happy? Okay? That's the only guiding North Star you need to follow on this particular situation, is what makes my heart happy. Following that. Okay, and persevering with your heart. Give it a chance to indulge more in what it really wants, okay? That's what that Queen of Cups reversed is telling you here. See if there's any other messages here before we sign off today, pile 3. But whatever you choose, like they're saying with the Healing Guides Oracle here, Healing Spirits, sorry, it is time to move forward. Now is the time to make the choice, okay? That's what it's probably why they're reaching out to you with this reading right now. Why it's, an important message reading. That you need to hear right now is literally the title of the video. Is because now is the best time to make the choice. Right now, you're at the best crossroads to make that choice. Okay? But know, when you do, as long as you're following your heart, and I know I said I repeated it ad nauseum, but wherever your heart is leading is the right path to take. So as long as you follow that, you should not doubt the path that you're on, okay? And trust the universe after that. Because that's the North Star that will never fail you, pile 3. Is what makes your heart happy. And that is what I will leave you with today, pile 3. So thank you so much for tuning in for the first year anniversary birthday reading for Lone Pine Tarot. Whether you're brand new, maybe this is your first reading with me, in which case, hello. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Please like, comment, and or subscribe if you have not done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. Or if you are a long-time viewer and you already liked and commented and subscribed a long time ago, thank you so much. And once again, I extend my deepest gratitude to you for following along this early on in my channel's journey. All of my success is owed to people like you who are willing to take a chance on my readings and give me a chance to share my spiritual gifts with you. So, deepest thanks to you, pile 3. As is our tradition on the channel, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you in the next reading for many years to come. Bye, pile 3.